Anybody else come with a notepad and pen? No?
If you can read
Welcome. I'm just going to be the introductory crew.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Scott. I'm newer here. Grayson, you all know Grayson, right? Yeah. G Money. She's going to run the show. Without further ado, let's over to Grayson.
Thanks. Good turnout, guys. Okay, so if you've never done a challenge before, this will be a lot of good information. If you've done one before, this one's going to be a little bit more typical because the last ones we've done have been a little bit kind of specialized. So it'll be a good reminder of what a typical F45 challenge is, but there are some things that we're going to do differently than we've done in the past. So, sometimes the speakers work on this and sometimes they don't. It doesn't feel like they're going to work. Glasses. Let's see.
Hey, Grayson.
March 26th. It's about 6 weeks, kind of 6.5 weeks. Okay, within it, we'll have some planning in terms of workouts and then nutrition components, tracking components, trying to build those healthy habits that we are always talking about. So a lot of this stuff is, that's an old picture of old trainers. There's some new ones in there, but we're all just as happy. Okay, so progressive theme, weekly programming, that's what we already do here. You guys may not always recognize it, but the workouts are already programmed so that it is a progressive manner. You know when you come in and you go, hey, we're doing shoulders so much today, or we've done that same exercise, it feels like every week. That's on purpose. That's progressive programming. We're trying to get you to build the strength that you need. It's really me. I don't like that. How do we turn that one off? Okay. I didn't like that at all. Nutritional guidance and support. So there's some new stuff with that we're going to do this time that F45 is doing, and then F45 Tustin is going to do you guys separately. Okay. If you go in your training app, I think, does everybody have the training app? Okay. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You're going to use it for some of the tracking that we want you to do, but there's articles in there. There's good stuff. Does anybody read those articles? Ever check them out? Sometimes there's new information about what F45 is doing, but we want about these dietitians that we have available to you guys now. There's a lot of articles on nutrition, there's a lot of recipes, so I would actually use this app more than you probably are. Training, workouts speak for themselves. If you don't know that there are workouts in the F45 training app. So if you go on vacation, if you can't get into the studio, your kids are sick, there's still workouts for you guys to do at home. So whether you have weights or without weights, anybody done them? I've done them. They're great. They match what we do here. If you have equipment, you can put that in. If you don't, but it'll take you through everything. It'll warm up, it'll do the whole timing. So no excuses when we're in the challenge. Okay? We can't get our workouts in. No. So in the challenge training app, there's this tracker. We will want you guys to get screenshots of your tracker super easy. Check it. Yes, I did my workout. Did you do your nutrition today? Did you hit your nutrition goal, whatever that is? We're gonna have some more information on that, but yes, did you get your sleep, however many hours that you were programmed, and water, and then each week you can upload a screenshot of that. You can use another tracker if that works for you, but this one's really simple and it has everything in one, and so it's a nice little screenshot that you can do on a daily basis for tracking. There's stats in here, so you will put in your measurements, weight. You can even measure your body measurements in there. You can update this as whenever you want to. It doesn't just have to be around the challenge. This is not required, but it's good for you guys to have. And then they have a calorie tracker in there. So if you guys want to know what you should be setting your calories at, you can get a calorie tracker here. You can do another macro tracker online, whatever you would like to do. You'll put in what your goal is. Is it weight loss, fat loss? Is it building muscle? It'll give you your calories that you should be looking for. It will break down your macros for you. But again, we're going to talk a little bit more about nutrition outside of this. But again, always available to you. And then assessments, we do this every time that we have something like the trials or benchmark or playoffs. Those are our assessments that we do. There's a tracker in here for you guys. I think 5 a.m. is like the only class that really gets into this, but they have their phone with them. They are recording all of their stats there. And then you can see how you progress. So again, outside of the challenge, you guys can be tracking your progress throughout the year every time we do some of these assessment-based workouts. Welcome week, trials week, they all have the assessments in there. I think it's a nice little challenge for yourself to see how you guys are progressing outside of the scale and some of those number-based things, so a little bit more in terms of progress. What's the word I want? Performance. Performance-based tracking. Okay, eat. So within the challenge app, there's going to be meal plans, recipes. They have a whole nutrition piece to it. You can follow the recipes, you can follow their plan. You don't have to follow their plan, but you're going to follow a plan. They do have really good recipes in there though. Let's see. This is just again showing like cooking at home recipes. They do have an order service, a meal service. We don't use theirs. We will talk about, okay, so a new thing that F45 is offering is one-on-one nutrition coaching. I don't know if you've seen it in any of the emails. You do get a free consult. It's through Live Dietitian, I think is what the website is called. You get a free consult, and then a lot of insurance covers dietary or dietitian needs. So it might be covered beyond that. You would have to check into that. But this is relatively new. Kind of like we're also doing the Dr. B stuff that we have, like HSA and FSA reimbursements.
I filled that out. Where do we get like an invoice or what do we submit?
For the
dietitian. For the Dr. B thing.
you have to get the receipts from me, and then you would be getting reimbursed. So you'd send that in to get reimbursed. Yeah, outside of that, but just a similar thing. So I don't know anybody that's done this part yet. Or
I have.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I met with her last week, and they actually look into your insurance for you, so it's pretty
Perfect.
easy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. What was that first?
it was great. Yeah.
You think you'll keep going?
Yeah, definitely. I have my next meeting with her tomorrow.
Okay,
The
so
session
we'll get
is
more
an hour.
information, guys. We'll find out how this is working, and that might be something that will work for a lot of people. But beyond that, we're going to dive into nutrition a little bit more individually here. So for the meal prep, we do black market meal prep. We have some samples here to give away. So before you guys leave, we'll give them away first to people who have never tried it. But if we have enough, we'll try to give them to everybody. Do we have a lot? Okay, good. We have a lot. And I think they gave us the good meatballs, right? The turkey meatballs. They're delicious. We get the same menu for a month, and then every Thursday, if you are on the list or you want to order, a little message goes out to you guys. It's a Google form. You choose what meals you want, and then they get delivered before Monday morning. So as of Monday, you can pick them up. Sometimes pick whatever you come in for your first class, and we get a 10% discount if you're a member. So meals range from around $10 to $13, depending upon the protein. But they have salmon, they have beef, they have ground turkey, tilapia, chicken thighs, chicken breasts, and tri-tip. And it's always just a different variation of that. They all come with a carb, and they all come with a veggie. You can also go to Black Market, which they have a store in Orange, and you can still get your 10% discount with your membership here and choose your meals there. So the ones that we get are already set from that menu, but broccoli, roasted red potatoes. I think a lot of you guys actually get them, right? So if you are somebody that struggles with either cooking or knowing what to make, super easy. You can't get a fast food meal for the same price. Like McDonald's is more expensive for a meal than a nice healthy fat market meal, and they fill you up. Okay, requirements. This is what you guys want to know. Everybody has to do an in-body scan. You're going to do one before, you're going to do one in the middle, and you're going to do one at the end. It is required if you want to be in the running for the to be a winner. Okay, so we'll have usually the week before we open up getting those initial scans done. You're going to do your before and after pictures. Again, if you want to be in the running for the prize, you do have to submit pictures. Okay, we don't show them to everybody. If you're the winner, they might come up here. But it's not, the only person that sees them throughout the challenge is actually Jen. We don't even own the email that they go to. They go to the challenge email, Jen has everything, everybody's always worried about that. Where do my pictures go? We're not sharing them and laughing because it seems like honest. So before and after photos, we'll talk about how to take those, making sure that you get them in on time, super important. Okay, Scott loves this, he thinks it's really funny that he made, I think, was it Renee or Justine? It might have been Justine. Who got to take that? Justine? Anyway, he wasn't naked, but he thinks that's really funny. So we want a front picture, we want a back picture, we want a side picture. We want it on, ideally, with good lighting on a blank wall as much as possible, okay? So lighting makes a huge difference. Wrong lighting with the shadows, everything. We are happy to take pictures for you here in the locker room, so just let us know. We've got some space in there, the lighting's pretty good. But either way, at home, you want to wear sports bra, bikini, shorts, something like that that you're comfortable in, but that shows enough of your body. And you want to wear the same thing for the before and after. And then we don't want you flexing, ideally. If you want to take your own flexing one for yourself and then you can check your muscles later, that's great. But for these, we want just regular pictures. So here's some winners. These are actually 8-week challenges, but you can see before and after results. I think all of our challenges now are 6 weeks, but we used to do a couple. This is Kelly. She's still around. We see her in her challenge winner shoes. That's Jackie. She doesn't look like that at all anymore, so we still see her. She's amazing. Larissa, we see her around. See, that's a good flex because then you get to see the muscles after. Okay, we did last year for the first time. We're going to do it again. A year-long challenge winner MVP. Ours is here tonight. It's Cody. We love the challenges. They're great. It's super fun to kind of buckle down for 6 weeks. But our goal is not for you guys to focus for 6 weeks. Our goal is for you guys to find the habits that are going to stick with you ongoing forever so you guys can sustain it and be healthy, okay? Doesn't mean we can't tighten it up a little bit for those 6-week challenges. That's fun, but we don't want anybody going so restricted that after that 6 weeks you lose it or you just gain it all back and then the next challenge comes around and then we do it again. That's not the goal. And so we kind of set this year-long MVP challenge winner to encourage you guys to find those habits and play the long game. So in order to be eligible for this, you have to do this first challenge of the year because we need these initial data points and photos, and then you have to do the last challenge of the year. There's a middle challenge, like summertime, you don't have to do it. You can have fun, but you still should be trying to work on those goals. That's how Cody won. The winner, he got a whole complimentary membership for this next year. Wow. So he is here for free. And then this is just 3 of his progress pictures throughout the year, but I kind of want to show that I had a couple more. So that was March, we go to July, that was November. Like, you can see he just kept up with it, right? And what was probably the best thing that you did to help you maintain throughout?
Nutrition.
Nutrition, oh, imagine that. Amazing. To be fair, he's a chef.
Was a chef.
Was a chef. Well, you still know how to cook. So cooking is fairly easy for him, but he kept those habits. And I will say, I did see a photo from the year before, and you actually deemed it between that one and this one. So this was the year that he actually maintained those habits and kept it up, which is
March was a month after my daughter was born, so it's
Yes.
a late, easy place.
Oh, yeah. That's a good reason to do it. How many winter shoes do you have now?
Scott owes me 2 more pairs.
Waiting right now.
So the winners for the mini or for the regular challenges, you get a custom pair of shoes. Scott always designs them. He does a great job. I was hoping all the winners would bring their shoes in today, and that we could just have shoes on everybody. But and then you get there they are. He's really good. I feel like that's his side job is designing shoes. And then,
This is colors.
2 months free membership goes along with that too, so. Okay, additional requirements this year that we haven't done before. You guys are all going to submit your nutrition plan that you're gonna follow to us. This is why we're having this nutrition kind of info and workshop night next week, because we want you guys to come out with a plan that you plan to execute, and you're going to keep up with it weekly and turn in kind of your tracking, okay? We'll do a basic tracking, but we're gonna be checking a little bit more detail. So next week, our goal is to go over some of the things that you guys have said you have struggles with. So if you wanna know what's good and bad about certain types of eating, you might wanna know a little bit more about macros, you wanna know about different tracking apps, or finding something that's gonna work for you, because the biggest thing I hear is, I hate tracking. I hate tracking. Are we gonna ask you to track? Probably in a way that you can track, okay? And you are gonna upload your workout tracking weekly. That's not different, we've been doing that. But again, that'll be on your screenshot stuff, but with the nutrition stuff, you're gonna have a plan that you're submitting ahead of time. We'll work with you to get it, and then we're gonna kind of be checking in with that in more detail than we have historically. Scores are determined based off of body recomp, so it's gonna be muscle mass gain, body fat loss, and the percentage of weight loss in relation to your starting weight. So you do get a score based off of that. So everybody, it's kind of like the line art, right? Everybody gets a score based off of personal stats. There will be, who makes it fair? Gaining muscle harder in a shorter amount of time than losing body fat if you have more body fat to lose, but everybody has the potential to be a winner, okay? More winners. There's Jesse. Austin's won a couple. We have some more shoes over there. How do you get started? You tell us. We're gonna have a sign-up sheet. We'll put up our board with everybody's names, so we'll start getting the hype going, which everybody really enjoys that. But it is gonna be $25 entry fee. We still need our lion heart, so if you don't have a lion heart, we'll put those back on sale for $50 for the challenge. And then we'll still continue with like the mini weekly challenges in studio and out of studio. However, they're not points based. Your name will go into a raffle for like a gift card or a prize. That's if you want to do it. You do not have to do that for this challenge. If you guys like that stuff, it's fun. We have some people that are into it. So it won't be point based, it'll be like just prize based for that. Okay? What questions do you guys have? All of that good stuff. Okay.
Do you have to use the light card? Is that a
Yes.
requirement?
You do have to use the line card. Everybody should have a line art for the challenges. It does help us actually. I don't know if you guys know that we actually watch the board for it, but we will keep an eye on your heart rate. Number one, to see if you're working hard enough, or if you're working too hard. But we check it.
Will you guys put us on how to use it if we've never used it before?
Yeah. Well, they have the new system now too, which you can see the different zones. It's not really any different except that they changed some colors. So I guess it's a little more visual for you, prettier on the board. But yeah, there's certain times where we want you in specific zones. You guys don't usually listen to that. We'll say it sometimes in the beginning, like, hey, we want you going all out for this short set, but for this long set, we want you around 75%. That's a good time to use that heart rate monitor and figuring out what that really looks like for you when you guys are working.
I think it's really encouraging because you get like the email that summarizes
Yeah.
your workout. Okay. And it tells you like how many calories you burn, it gives you a weekly.
And
like,
now with the new one,
summary.
it'll break down like how often in your workout you're in each zone and all of that stuff. So, I mean, if you guys actually like that and care about that stuff, we maybe will give you more of what the expectations are, what zones you're supposed to be in for the workouts. We don't have a lot of time in the beginning to say that kind of stuff, and you don't usually listen to it anyway, but we can give it to you more.
We're trying, G, we're trying.
I get it. Well, there's this much time. I need you to listen to how you're supposed to move. That's okay.
Is there a touch base with you guys that helps us just decide or figure out what we need to change for the following week, if there's something we can do?
Yeah,
or
that's
how does that-
gonna be our goal, especially like with the nutrition stuff. And that's on you to make sure you're giving us the information, right? If you choose to not follow your nutrition plan, you can choose to not follow your nutrition plan. Doesn't mean you couldn't win. You could do, terrible nutrition and just never eat and lose a whole bunch of body body fat. That's not what we want, right? Our whole goal, that's not what we're encouraging. I'm not expecting people to be perfect. We want to see, but it's a challenge, so we want you guys to buckle down a little bit. But we want to see you struggle so we can help you figure out how to come back from it and then keep it after the challenge. So during the challenge, we might be a little bit tighter on our habits, and then after the challenge, you can loosen up a little bit. I think you were a great example of that. He was really on it, no drinking, things like that during the challenge. After the challenge, he still was eating very well, but he would have some drinks, he would go to barbecues, things like that. He lived his life.
I did an in-body scan yesterday thinking that I would gain like 10, 15 pounds. I actually was about the same, maybe 1 or 2% body fat more, but my muscle mass went up. So, okay, if I just watch something, I can make it go back down. So it wasn't actually that bad. It's moderation. So, and that's the biggest thing about throughout the time frame and since the last challenge, I looked at moderation, okay? Have a drink when we're out with friends, or go do this. Have ice cream when I go to Costco with my son. Get donuts with my son and for the family, and then eat half of them because no one eats them. It's okay to do it every so often.
Yeah.
And
we want
as
you
long
guys
as
to
you're
live your life
watching
and have balance.
during the week.
Yeah, which is a great way to do it. And I'm really excited for the nutrition thing next week because I'm playing around with different apps, so I'm going to give you guys some of the lowdown on things that I'm finding. I'm super excited on this new one that I found. So for even people that are like, I don't like to track, there's a way of tracking that'll work for you, but it's eye-opening. Tracking is going to be eye-opening. It's going to be huge. The workouts already handle themselves, but you got to get in here consistently. So that's going to be up to you, right? Making sure that once you schedule that appointment, you keep that appointment, right? It's really easy to go, "Ugh, I feel like going, it's raining today, oh, I'm tired today. The kid woke me up last night." Sleep's super important too, but if you know that building that habit is the hardest thing for you, just get through the door. Just get through the door, keep that appointment with yourself, and then when you're in here, work really hard. Because that's the other thing. You're not working hard, if you're not lifting those heavy weights, you're not going to see the progress that you expect. And it's okay for things to not feel good. It's okay for things to hurt. You're not going to die. You're going to stay in it for 45 seconds, let it burn for 45 seconds, and then you get a little rest. But I promise you're not going to die.
And if you can't make it to a workout, you said it's going to be on the app, so you can.
Yeah, you would say I didn't work out today. And everybody will have their own plan too, right? So what are you committing to? I'm committing to 4 workouts a week consistently. Okay, well show me in your tracker. Doesn't mean every day you're not going to work out, right? So some of those are going to be no for a workout, but it doesn't mean you didn't get your workouts in for the week. That's kind of the plan that we want, right? I don't work out every day, but I try to hit a certain amount of days.
Okay.
And if you can't come today, tomorrow. We'll work on that. Okay, other people who are challenge winners, any hints or tips or things that work for you?
I agree with Bruce and nutrition. I mean, coming in here and being motivated, you guys, and the trainers you guys are excellent. You guys are very motivating, but the rest of the members are really motivating too. So coming in here was my hardest part, but it's not my hardest part.
Right.
It's the nutrition.
It's the easy part of all
Yeah.
of this, and that's
Yeah.
the easy part,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause it's
But the nutrition, when you do it, it really works. When you combine it with the workout, it really works.
Do you have to go to the nutrition meeting?
You don't, we'll record it, and we will put that out for you guys as well. And then I do want everybody to be checking in with Renee or I before you guys are gonna turn in a plan so we can kind of look at it. I'm gonna encourage everybody from today through up to when we start the challenge to get some general tracking of what you're eating. I don't care if it's terrible. Even if you're just taking pictures, it will give us more information to help you with your nutrition plan of things that we can do. Like, there's no judgment. You can eat whatever you want. If you went to Oli Oli for all 3 meals today, I don't care. But write it down, take a picture, show me what you're eating, track it in an app, something so that when you come and we're like, okay, well maybe one meal could be not Oli Oli. That's where I was, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to feel like you are being judged by eating the cookies. It's Girl Scout cookie season. My God, just get with them. All great things.
I would say, for me, like, tracking was really big because it was easy to kind of like lie and be like, oh yeah, I had like a great week, I was like, really good. But when I had to actually track it and be like accountable for it, it's like, oh, do I want to have this donut again today? Because I'm gonna have to put it in the app, or you know what I mean? Or like, did I really drink all of my water? If not, just for me, like the tracking is really good because a lot of stuff you kind of know already, but actually being accountable to it.
It's eye-opening if you've never tracked your food to find out how many calories you're actually consuming. And the biggest reason people fail with their nutrition is that they completely underestimate the amount of calories that they're taking in, right? And you very much overestimate the amount of energy you're putting out across the board. So thinking what a serving size is, you start tracking, you're gonna be like, oh wait, I'm sorry, what?
How do
You weigh it, you use a measuring cup, and you're like, that's what I get for my rice? Even hand portions. It actually is a decent amount of food once you start recognizing it, but it's very easy to overeat. So that's why we really encourage people to track. It doesn't mean that we're gonna ask you to track forever, but we want you to at least have some sort of loose tracking. And I'll give you some tools of how to do that in a way that works for you. But again, it's a challenge. You have to do something different. It's okay for it to be a little bit difficult, but we'll work with you to try to make it as easy as possible. Because next Tuesday, not at 7, 9, 7.
It's nice that time.
Yeah, right, 8:30 next week.
That was
Gee, there was one of my challenges in the last challenge was like I would go to submit my stuff on Sunday, and then it would be like, oh, what's the password or the code? And I'm like, I have no idea because it's Sunday.
We're
and I'm
not
like,
going to be doing we are going to be doing the mini challenges so people can submit, but we'll make sure we have a better process of that, and we'll extend the cutoff window so you guys can get your stuff in on time. There's a reason there's a cutoff window, right? Like we have to process all that stuff on the back end, so we want it by a certain time. And we didn't even post the results throughout the last challenge consistently because we still had to chase down so many people to get their information that didn't turn it in on time, but we knew they did it, and we wanted everybody to have a good chance. So like, we never even knew who was in the running except for I think like once in the middle of that. And that's why we did that. So I know that you guys don't like having a deadline, but grown-ups.
no, it's okay. I think I was just confused
Yeah,
about where to
but
submit
you're right, in
things,
terms
so-
of the password and stuff, I'll chat with Renee and see if there's a better, and I don't worry about that, honestly. Say, I have no idea. Like, we know who does the things, right? So, take a screenshot that you did the mini challenge, because you're gonna have to pay for a raffle or whatever it is, that's what those things would work for, the mini challenge. And the mini challenges are gonna be required, it's just more fun and you can get prizes for them. Okay. Yeah.
For that nutrition plan for next week, you gonna go into like how to create it as well, or have like a Google form or something that you can
How to create your nutrition plan. I'm working on kind of a skeleton option for people. I don't want people to have to do something that I put together, but maybe kind of a skeleton because there's certain things I want to know. I want to know how you're going to track. I want to know how you're going to create your deficit. We're going to talk about ways of doing all those things, and then you guys hopefully come away with, okay, this is what I feel like works for me. So yeah, I'm putting together a worksheet, and if the worksheet doesn't work, notes are fine, whatever, but that will be our goal. So we'll give next week information and then spend time trying to work with you guys of like, let's try to dial it in so that by the time the challenge starts, you guys have your plans ready to go. What else? We're super excited. Woo. Yeah. Woo.
Yay.
Hey, I'm excited for you guys. Who's coming to the nutrition thing? Okay. Even if people don't do the challenge, I think they should come to that night because we'll get good information. Okay, I'm gonna go grab Black Market samples and I'll bring them out and then you guys can take